What up, everybody? Soon after the end of Season 2, it was announced that Unique's brother, named Ronnie Mathis, would be in Season 3 after getting early release from prison. And from that time, the Bree speculation began, myself included. Then from the start of Season 3, the Bree speculation only grew from Ronnie's opening scene, as he was fixated on the TV, not bothered at all to greet his brother after seeing him for the first time in 3 years. And didn't get up to greet him because he didn't want his cereal to get soggy. Then it was at that point when OG Kanan went on to talk about Ronnie, concluding by saying that Ronnie was the guy who everybody else avoids. Ronnie is the guy who that guy avoids. Building Ronnie up to be a Debo type character from the jump. Ronnie was also the man who ran his own drug operation before going to prison. And when he got out, he was furious about Unique losing everything that he built, only to go to work for Rock, who was their competition, and the whole reason why Unique went to jail and lost everything in the first place. But realistically, Ronnie didn't really have anything to be upset about. First off, Unique was under the impression that Ronnie was going to be locked up state for the rest of his natural life. So if Unique didn't want to maintain Ronnie's empire and go do something else completely different, that was on him. This wasn't a situation like Diamond and Jannard, where Jannard knew his brother was going to be getting out after so many years. And even if Unique knew that Ronnie was going to be getting out in 3 years, Ronnie still shouldn't have expected to come home to anything. When you go to prison for 3 years, you can't realistically come home and expect things to be the same and business to be running as normal. It would be one thing if it was a legit business, but business in this game to last 3 years without you is almost expecting a miracle. So in my personal opinion, Ronnie should have just been happy he had a place to stay when he got out of prison and just did what he's doing right now at this point and left his brother out of it. But the Bree speculation grew even more when Unique got home one night only for Panessa to start nagging Unique about Ronnie, telling him that Jerome came down in the middle of the night and Ronnie was just staring at the TV. But Unique's reply was, Ronnie likes to watch his stories, always has. And this caused the Bree speculation to grow even more because it was said that Breeze got caught up because Ghost knew his routine of watching Jeopardy every night. So because the fact that Ronnie was into the show while eating cereal, and Unique said that Ronnie likes to watch his stories, the Bree speculation only grew. But just because Ronnie likes to watch stories doesn't mean he would like to watch Jeopardy also. It is two completely different types of shows, game shows and stories. But that's like assuming because I watch basketball almost every night, that also makes me a hockey fan. But just because I watch basketball doesn't mean I watch hockey. I never have. So in my opinion, just because Ronnie likes to watch his TV isn't a clue that he is Breeze. Then we get to episode 5 and Ronnie gets rid of his brother Unique so Juliana will do business with him. And I still can't say he killed Unique, neither will I say that until they find his body in that landfill. Until then, he's just a missing person in my personal opinion. But after getting rid of Unique and getting the work from Juliana, Ronnie turned directly to Kanan to move the product using Kanan's courier system. Obviously, this being the biggest clue yet that Ronnie could potentially be Breeze as Kanan started working for him. When I was making predictions for episode 7, I said that I thought Ronnie would kill Paul and take over his apartment. Because the fact I said that, a lot of people was thinking I was low-key saying that Ronnie was Breeze. But that wasn't my intention at all. It was simply because I knew Ronnie needed somewhere to live. Because even if Ronnie would have killed Paul and moved into his apartment, that would have in no type of way been a clue that Ronnie is Breeze. Keep in mind that they showed us Breeze's apartment in OG Power and the address was apartment 5D. The inside of Breeze's apartment was also a lot bigger and nicer than the apartments that Kanan is currently staying at. And Breeze's apartment also had a walkway in the hallway and was right next to a stairwell. Also keep in mind that Kanan told Tariq that he lived in the building down the street from Breeze. So we know that Kanan and Breeze were not roommates and they didn't even stay in the same building. Getting me to the new clue from episode 7 that shows that Ronnie isn't Breeze. Ronnie and Juliana were on the couch at Unique's house, about to get it on as Panessa walked in on them. Notice that this wasn't at Juliana's house, but Ronnie is now living at Unique's house, and he invited Juliana over to kick it with him, thinking that Panessa and Jerome were gone for good to live at her mother's house. So this is a clue that Ronnie isn't Breeze because he's going to be living at Unique's house instead of apartment 5D. And don't expect Ronnie to give that house up anytime soon because I did a little research, and even if Unique is dead, as long as they don't find the body, they have to wait 5 years to officially declare him dead. And we know that 5 years from our current timeline, Breeze will already most likely be dead. Because when Tariq told Ghost to tell him about Breeze, Ghost said that he was around Tariq's age at the time. And that would be around 17 years old, but really could be anywhere from like 15 to 21. Because when he said around your age, that simply meant in the ballpark, not the exact same age. Then also keep in mind that Ghost said that he loved Breeze like a brother. And personally, I don't feel like Ronnie is the type of guy that Ghost is going to love like a brother and feel a way about killing. Because we know that Breeze is somebody so close to Ghost that he was clearly bothered by the question when Tariq asked it some 15 to 20 years later. Getting me to the next clue that Ronnie isn't Breeze from episode 6, when Agent Tanner was talking to Howard about if Unique could have been involved in that operation. Howard asked about Crown Camacho, who Howard and Rock tried to pin everything on. And pay close attention to what Tanner said about Crown. He said he believes Crown is just a red herring. And a red herring is defined as something intended to divert attention from the real problem or matter at hand, a misleading clue. And to me, this is exactly what Ronnie is. A red herring, a misleading clue, brought in to make everyone think he is Breeze, only for the real Breeze to be revealed in the season finale. Then also keep in mind that actor Grantham Coleman, who plays Ronnie, just got the lead for another series on MGM+. And I'm not saying that it's beyond the realm of possibilities that he could do 2 shows at once, because we've seen several actors from The Chi crossing over to Force. But it's the fact that he's the lead character on that show, and when Breeze is introduced, he will also be one of the lead characters on Raising Kanan. And the actors who are on both The Chi and Force, they are more supporting characters and not lead characters. Getting me to the fact that Ronnie currently doesn't even have a nickname. Neither does he have a reason to reinvent himself like Unique, Famous, or even Howard could potentially do. And the fact that Breeze gave Ghost his nickname, since Ronnie doesn't even have his own nickname, I doubt he's going around giving other people nicknames. And the final reason why I think Ronnie isn't Breeze really isn't a clue, but my personal opinion. And it's that Ronnie isn't a redeemable character. He has already laid hands on his brother's wife, Panessa. He just intimidated Famous for really no reason at all, who isn't nothing but a kid. Then he said that he was going to talk to Jukebox for Kanan before Kanan had to put Ronnie in his place. Not to mention he took out his own brother Unique by sneak shotting him with a pipe. And I gotta mention this before I finish also. Are y'all still getting your facts from fandom? Because I used to have people telling me that Breeze was born in 72 because that's what fandom said. Now fandom has changed Breeze's age from being born in 72 to being born in the 60s because they think it's Ronnie. But like I've said before, fandom is edited by fans and not people from the actual show. And there you have it, why I think Ronnie isn't Breeze, but a red herring. Do you think Ronnie is Breeze? Leave your thoughts, theories, and predictions in the comments.